Okay, let me tell you a small story that I often use in my corporate training. Okay. The old story of the hare and the tortoise. Everyone knows the story of how the hare challenged the tortoise for a race and the tortoise plodded on. The hare ran ahead and seeing that the tortoise was way behind him, decided to take a nap. And the tortoise kept plodding, overtook the hare and reached the goal post first, the finishing point first. And we all studied this in school, and the moral of the story was, slow and steady is better than an erratic functioning. Very true. But now the hare thought, this is too bad. I have lost to a tortoise, not done. So he came back to the tortoise and said, hey, I want a rematch. Tortoise said, fine. And this time, the hare did not stop to take a break. He kept running fast until he had reached the finish point. And the tortoise was way behind. Well, the new moral now could be, fast and furious is better than slow and steady. But now the tortoise was thinking, how can I do better? So now the tortoise went to the hare and said, hey, best of three, but I will choose the route. The hare in his confidence said, no problems. So the tortoise chose a route in which they had to cross a river. So the hare ran fast and furious until he reached the river. Then he didn't know what to do. And the tortoise came along plodding away. And when he reached the river, no problems, he comfortably swam across it. Well, what is the new moral now? Meet the world with your strength, not with your weaknesses. Now the tortoise, the hare was really feeling depressed, low about it. So now the tortoise and the hare challenged another couple of hare. So all of them ran, the tortoise plodding away as usual. The three hare reached the river and all of them now can't cross until our tortoise comes, takes his partner on his back and crosses the river. Hey, what is the new moral now? Teamwork can achieve more than what an individual can. So, these are some of my sequels to the original hare and tortoise story. These are common things that trainers use. Okay, now let us look at the whole learning that is there in the thing. The first learning is very, very important. Even though it's an old story that we have learned, it is not just about slow and steady. It's also about, in your overconfidence, not taking things for granted. And we saw the success of it in this first sequel to the story, where the hare ran fast and furious and he reached the goal. He reached the finish post first. In the second sequel was a very important point, that you are meeting the world with your strengths. Very often we spend so much of time and effort on trying to overcome our weaknesses that we really don't capitalize on our strength. I am not saying don't work on your weakness, but in working on your weakness, like however much the tortoise would have worked on his weakness, he would never become a hare. So he did the best thing possible, capitalize on his strength. So similarly, when we confront the world, it is very, very important that we meet the world with our strengths, be what you really are. The third sequel also showed the importance of teamwork, where a group of people can achieve far more than what one person or two can do individually. Your individual effort is always limited, but the synergy of a team is far superior. This is, I think, in a nutshell, the learning from these sequels.